allegiance, please. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. We're here to discuss the festival and... Oh, I'm sorry.
Since there's a quorum. Okay, Ms. Beaupre, Ms. Hefner.
Here.
Mr. Richmond.
Here.
Mr. Engard. Here. Mr. Bozak.
Here.
Mr. Swett.
I'll make a motion to excuse Paula and Eric.
Excuse the mayor too, or just us two?
It's not official that he has to be here, so I don't know. It's up to you.
Well, if it's a...
Oh, if this is a meeting, and the mayor. We'll just,
Might as well.
that way we've got all of these.
Second.
All right. Ms. Hefner?
Yep.
Mr. Richmond?
Yes.
Mr. Engard? Yes. Mr. Bozak?
Yes.
All righty.
We're all good now? Okay, so we're here to discuss the festival. We want to, I want to bring you up to date on what we've got, what we've planned. First of all, have you gotten anything on your bands?
Not yet.
Okay. I did meet with, this is Zach, with Pyro Technician.
Yeah.
He is here to discuss the fireworks, and I asked him to come in and just kind of bring you guys up to speed with what he's planning. We want to decide tonight on which package we want, and then also decide on what a rain date would be. We did meet with Hunker just before the meeting to go over the stipulations of what they need to do, just correlate that, so they're all on the same page. That's all good. He knows where he's got to go and set up and what information he's got to get to Hunker. So I'm going to let you present that, and then
Yeah,
you're
of
welcome
course.
to leave afterwards. You don't have to stay for the rest of the meeting.
Okay.
It's up to you, but yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, thanks for having me. I'm just a local guy. I'm out of Marysville. I'm probably the only family-owned firework group here in the state, and I'm close. So thank you for having me. Yeah, so I was telling Dee, this is a very big year for fireworks, as y'all can imagine. America 250, and there will be a shortage. All my folks are telling me there will be a shortage, so I'm trying to pre-purchase all my packages for all my shows as soon as I can. So that's kind of why she asked me to come. I just proposed 2 different packages to her. One's about 17 to 19 minutes, and the other one's about 20 to 23, 25. And both will be wonderful shows. Fire chief just said I can have up to 5 and 6 inch shells, which is a really nice size shell, and still keep it very, very safe for your community. So really, a lot of that extra money is built into the body of the show. So I do an intro, which is fast and fun. We slow it down, which is the body of the show, where you start more like lobbing shells a little bit, 2 and 3 at a time instead of 10 and 20 at a time. And then we do a finale, and then when everyone thinks the show's done, I actually have a second one. So it's a really, really fun show. We just need to decide how long you guys want, and then try to get into a contract with that so I can purchase. I don't want to be short product for anyone. So,
Could you go over the different packages? You had sent me a breakdown of them, but like I
Yeah, of
told you,
course.
that doesn't mean it's foreign, because it's like they're listed as what they're called or whatever.
yeah, of course. So one of the so the first package is $12,500. That package is 15 to 17 minutes and around 1,600 shells total, and that's a mix between smaller cakes like a 1 inch shell all the way up to 6 inch shells. So it's just a mix of shells there. And then if you compare that with the $15,000 show, you have about 1,851 shells in that one. And a lot of those shells that make up the difference there are actually larger shells to stretch out the body. Also, I'll put some more into the finales too. So that's kind of the difference of the packages. I'm happy to take questions.
You said that second package was about 25 minutes?
No, it was, the second package, so the first package was 15 to 17, the second one was 20 to 23. By all means, I will usually go over, period. I'm not saying a lot, but I will never go under. I always want to go over for what you're getting, just to make sure that you're valuing your show. So, hey, if you ask me, bigger is better, right? But, but it's up to you guys.
And that's what I was kind of hoping for to be honest, it was 15,000, but the rest of the council needs to weigh in on that and decide if that's doable, okay?
This would be at the pond, the playground area, where are we setting up?
Those are always set off on the back side of the tree line. So Hunker's already met with him to do that.
T-ball.
Pardon me?
Back in
Yes, sir.
the T-ball area.
Yeah, right. So, is there anything going to be blocking, like, okay, because I had asked you about low ones, and I was concerned.
Yeah,
whether
no, I didn't see anything that would really.
block anything? Okay. So,
Yes, sir.
Just to throw something in there, because I know it creates a difficulty. You know there's an eagle's nest in that area.
So I saw it. Yeah, I saw that.
I know that in a different community, they had to go through DNR
Okay.
to get an okay through that.
so 3 years ago.
Okay. I'm sorry, I
3 years
just-
ago, we went through this,
I
and
saw
I
it.
was the one that spoke to ODNR probably 10 times. Actually, I think ODNR was getting very upset, not with me, but with someone that was getting pushback on it and was concerned about the eagles. And they were like, well, first of all, it was at the end of July. There are no eaglets in there. Second of all, if there are eaglets in there, what we need to do is go out and check the perimeter the next day. And because what they said was they're, I don't know if they used the word domesticated, but basically the eagles are used to communities and people. And they said they'll just hunker down for the fireworks, and you know what, if they have eaglets, they're going to be much older at that time. And now I will, if it suits some council, I'll reach out to ODNR again, but I've got every email.
I'm fine with that,
Right.
because I know in the other community where I'm aware it occurred,
Mhm.
it was pretty much just a whitewash. They sent a piece of paper that said, yeah,
Right,
okay.
right.
So,
No.
but I just didn't want us to not
Right.
entertain the
And the
idea.
thing is, has anybody seen any activity there?
Yes.
As far as,
2 days ago, one of them was in the nest.
Okay, and they can use that, what ODNR told me was, because what you need to do is go out, and actually JP and I did it. We went out and watched the eagles, and there were no eaglets in there. But what they do is, they have different nests around, because there's one on the back side of the reservoir. Some they use for hunting, and some they use for nesting and raising their young. What we would have to do to see if there's any young in there, if we can't spot them, if we don't see them, is go out and watch, and just, you know, for several hours, and I think it was, what was it, for 2 hours in the mornings?
Yeah, something
that we
like
did.
that. It was.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at my emails again to
Right.
see, but that's, and like I said, JP and I did that. There was no activity of eaglets in there. It was just the eagles, you know, that would come in there and stuff. We actually saw, I one time saw them bring prey in there. But yeah, the bottom line is, all they want you to do is go out and check the perimeter if there's eaglets in there, to make sure, you know, if there's one laying on the ground, to report or whatever, so.
I can't think of many a worse PR.
No, I
situation.
agree.
Anything negative would happen to these Eagles on America 250, that would just be.
This is true.
I
This is true.
can't- I
And we don't
didn't-
want that to
top
happen.
five. I can't
We
think of
don't want that
anything
to
worse.
happen, but the likelihood of it is not very likely, as far as it harming them, because they are used to just hunkering
We
down.
gotta go above and beyond our due diligence. that's what
Right,
I'm trying to say, 'cause
right,
it's-
and I will absolutely
already
volunteer
see.
again to go out there and sit and watch to see if we see any eaglets in about May. But ODNR is gonna say it's okay. And if you want me to reach back out to them again, I will. But they were not very happy by the end of it, going back and forth, because it's like, we told you, it's okay, and it was just.
I get it. I get it.
But I agree, that is, you know,
That's,
something.
I just wanted to make sure we're clear there.
Yep. So, what package does everyone, well, does anyone have any questions
Yeah.
before we decide?
Any
on the
questions,
package?
yes, sir?
Okay. What package is everyone in agreement to? 12.5 or the 15? the longer version, or?
I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get to see the North Baltimore 200, so we might as well go with the 15.
Yeah, right?
And because we have 4 here, we might as well have a motion to go that route.
We can do that. Would somebody like to make a motion to, or you want me to?
How does it need to be worded?
We've
Thank you. Might as well.
We've already
We've
appropriated.
appropriated the money.
We appropriated the money, I'm just throwing it out there if we wanted to do
No,
that.
because
That's fine.
Okay.
Just, which one would you like to see us do? You'd like the 15?
I would, yes.
I'd like the 15 too.
that's fine.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. It's the 15 package. I'm gonna ask you to get all paperwork. I know you sent it to me,
Yep.
but I'm gonna ask you to get it to Josh.
Of course.
And then, what do you require as far as payment? How does that go?
Yeah, I do, I just forget his card.
No.
And then,
I'll wait till I
did you
get
send me your W-9?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
If you can just forward that to him, and then that way, I may have actually forwarded.
You sent it to
I
me,
did,
yeah?
I've got the W-9 to
Yeah, I
him,
got it.
so whatever we need to do so that you can get that ordered.
Yeah, I just do half down, so we'll sign it all, and then I just do half down, but I can send you guys an invoice for it, just so it's all done. And
Yeah,
As
and
soon
then-
as I get it, I go buy it and try and get some money.
Right. Well, let's try and get that done this week,
Yep.
so that we can
I
get
got your
moving on that.
You got my W-9?
W-9 again, so.
Perfect.
Do you have an extra card?
Do you have a card
by any
also?
chance?
What's that?
An extra business
Of
card?
course.
Okay. Jack, thank you
Oh, of
for
course,
coming
yeah.
today
That was a
and
pleasure.
meeting with us. I greatly appreciate that.
And if you guys know anyone else that needs fireworks, then
How many people will you have when you set
You
it
know what, I'll
off?
probably have, probably myself and 4 others.
Okay.
Yeah, and everyone's trained, certified, licensed in the state. And I'm certified state and federally.
How early do you need to be there to set up?
Yeah, fire chief asked me that too. I'll have the product, I need to see what time the product is gonna be there. I try to have them in and out before anyone else is around, probably between 10 and 11, if that's okay with you guys.
Curious.
I don't like to rush. I'd rather take my time, and me and my crew, we kind of chill from 7:30 to.
Or you can come up to the festival. and hang
You
out
bet,
with us.
you bet. Well, we have to be on.
Somebody has to
Somebody's
stay
gotta
with
make
the
a
Yeah,
fireworks.
someone.
Well, I guess-
You know.
Come by and take a little fireworks.
Well, we might have a
Some
big
kid out
display
there.
before. Okay.
How many firefighters will we have on standby?
Hunter's taking care of that. He'll have his truck right down there.
Usually there's
We
2 to
also-
3 trucks.
We also will have to have police down there. The police
Yeah.
will have to go down there at a certain time. So I'll touch base. When does the chief start?
March 2nd.
Okay, so I'll touch base with him so that he's aware, and then he can kind of coordinate with Hunter. And Hunter was a great value today, because he really shared a lot with me as far as things where we get things, do things, set things, and stuff like that, so.
I knew exactly where.
Yep,
where it goes.
yep.
That was good.
So, yep, you get that to them.
I'll be in touch. Thank you so much. Guys, thanks so much. It'll be a
Thank you.
wonderful show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, then, that's the fireworks. Now, on to food. I've got the Boy Scouts, Kona Ice, and when I asked for the Kona Ice, he asked if he could bring the Kona Coffee, and I said yes. And then we've got a pulled pork, Scotty Sub, Front Porch Perfect, which does lemonade, kettle corn, and popcorn and pancake desserts, Taco Fiesta, and I still need to reach out to, which I'm going to do tonight, Frank Fries, and so hopefully, the top ones are all confirmed and said they would come. Don't have any contracts signed yet, but I just wanted to run that by
I
everybody.
got another one for you. They're from Bloomdale, Mr. Mellon.
Oh, okay.
They do perch sandwiches and stuff like that.
Okay,
so.
do you have a contact number?
Yeah.
Okay, just send that to me and I'll reach out to them as well. Yeah, trying not to do any duplications, and then of course we'll have the tent, that everyone needs to volunteer 2 hours for the pop and water sales. I'm still trying to get a hold of either Pepsi or Coke to see if they would supply the pop and then take back what we don't sell. But I haven't got that been worked out. Worst case scenario, we'll have to buy some and then see if we can, get one of the close vendors to, or one of the close stores that we can go and get more if we need it. Because we're not gonna have any clue how much we're gonna sell, so that's gonna be really hard to determine. That's why I was hoping for somebody to contract with us to go, yeah, we'll supply you, we'll bring so much, and then we'll take back what you don't sell. I don't know that I can get that accomplished yet, but that's what I'm working on that. Okay, and on these, like I said, I tried not to duplicate anything, and the fee was $150. Everyone was fine with the fee, and everyone was fine with adding North Baltimore as additionally insured. So we'll get those contracts sent out. Paula and I are going to be later this week working on the contracts that we want to, just I shouldn't say contracts, but their application. And then I'll have it marked on there what they're doing and stuff like that, and pay. And the other thing is, I told everybody they need to submit a $50 check, and this is for food vendors and like our petting zoo and stuff. They have to submit a $50 check that will not be cashed. It will be given back to them once their area is inspected at the end of the night to make sure it's clean. That will be less work on us to make sure it's cleaned up. The Boy Scouts have, I did give them their spot for free. They are going to help us collect trash through the day and help us at the end of the day clean up. They also are donating 60 chairs and tables for seating for people to get out to eat. And Hunter has agreed we can set those up in the fire station over there. We are checking on bingo and cornhole. So those are two things that are still in the works. The kids zone, first of all, the food vendors, the Boy Scouts will set up on the approach out here, just like in front of the police station. Scotty's will be on the fire department approach where they've set up before, and then the food vendors will be on both sides of Main Street from that down to about the library, or however far we have to go to get everybody in there. On the others, now if you guys have different ideas, I am open to ideas. This is just me planning it and you guys saying yep, no, or we need to change it, and I'm fine with that. On the other side of the food vendors would be the kids zone. I reached out to Bounce Houses in Bowling Green. Great guy, he's working with us. I had picked out several here, and that's what I want to go over with you guys. There's one that's like, I believe it's like 40 foot long. It's a double obstacle course, and it's $350 for the day. And I shared these with you the other day. Then there's a Lego one, and that's like a 14 by 14. That's $295. There's one that is it's a 4-lane sports mania, so you can do soccer, baseball, basketball, football. And that is like 30 foot wide, and that's $295. And then I would like to have one for little kids, 5 years and under, that the big kids can't go in. That one is $245. It's just a castle with a slide. Well, I had presented to you guys 3 of them that was around $900, $950. And adding that other one put us up over almost to $1,200. So I asked him if he could work with us on that. He brought it back down to $940. So he did give us, so basically we're getting one free. There's no delivery charge, there's no other charges on it. He will set them up probably Friday night. He may do it Saturday morning, but he's going to stop down and talk with me Friday night. He'll set them up Saturday morning and tear them down Saturday night afterwards, because those will be in the street. With that being said, he also said that he's ordering some new ones, and if he gets those in, he will donate one to us for the day. So we could actually have a 5th one. I thought that was real good. So again, I've got all the paperwork for you to look at and go over. Again, he has no problem putting us on as additionally insured, and I already sent the W-9, I believe. One of them. Oh, well,
Fireworks.
Fireworks. Okay. I believe I've got the W-9 in here from him, but if not, he's going to get that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Any suggestions or ideas or concerns on?
So we gotta come up with the workers on those?
Yes, that is the one thing, and what I plan on doing is, like I said, Paul and I are gonna get together and we're gonna create these things to put online. I wanna put something online to see if we can get the community to, help out to sign up for these. I had talked to him about this. The bigger ones need 2 people. Like the Sportsmania doesn't need 2, and the little ones, it doesn't need 2 because the entrance. And there's another one where the exit and entrance are like right close to each other. We could get away with 1 there. But these really long ones, it would be ideal to have 2, and the reason is that this person tells this person when the next group can go in. But I asked him, I said, is there any way that we can do it with 1? And he says, well, you have to watch just when they started going down the slide, then you could send the next one in. Or if you waited, he said 30, 45 seconds, you could send the next group in. So ideally, I'd like to have 2 people. I thought we could use 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds as long as they're paired with an adult. I wouldn't want to put 2, underage people there. Do you think that's a good idea to be able to use 15 and 16-year-olds at like the exit? Just to.
With an adult,
Yeah.
sorry.
What'd you say?
I would think with an adult.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's what I was
Maybe
thinking.
reach out to the churches around
Right.
as far as
That,
to the community.
or the sport,
Yeah,
well,
responsible
we're
adult.
doing the dunk tank for the sports. What I think will work best, from 9 to 9, if we can get a dunk tank. I've got an estimate on one, but somebody said there was somebody that had one that we might be able to get it for free. Was that Paula that said that? Does anybody know about that?
No, I said there's one out on,
Corner of
about-
Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
It's-
somebody said that
That they donated it.
They had donated it before.
It must have been Paula.
Must have been Paula.
I'll ask her about that. But otherwise, it's like, there's like, I think she said $295 for the dunk tank and then like a $60 delivery fee. She's sending me that, and I don't think she's got it to me yet. But I'll have more information on that. But what I'd like to do is, Paula said there was 8 different teams that we, like baseball, softball, basketball, football. With that 8, it would work out that each team could do an hour and a half. It would be their chore to man it, so to have somebody in and somebody there. They will collect the money, and at the end of their hour and a half, whatever money they've collected, they take with them for their program. Is that okay to handle it that way? Because I figured that would be the easiest, rather than try and divide up and figure out who. Is there something we need to do, like they need to report how much they were donated from that? Is there anything that we need to do on that?
No, you're gonna have to have like basically just some change where like have change available, right? They're not
Right.
leaving it dry every time,
Right.
basically. That'd be the only thing.
Okay, so we would have a till in it to start with, or do we have them bring their own change?
Or they could do that,
Might be easier if I can just get them to bring their own change and,
Mhm.
some 1s and 5s.
Yeah.
And that way, we don't have to handle the money. The bag is empty when they hand it off to the next person.
If we're not involved in any of the money part, that's actually probably better.
Right, okay. So everybody good with that? Okay, we good with renting the tank if we can't get one for free? Okay, and that will be donated to them then, okay. So that's the dunk tank. Then back to the other part of the kids zone. I also got all the paperwork, including the insurance form. Now, just a heads up, her insurance is good until, I think she said March, and then it renews, so she will update she included the insurance, but she will update it once it's done. It's a Jungle Island Zoo, and it's a petting zoo. And that'll be the last thing on the kids zone, because they're only here for 6 hours. And so then they'll have to leave out Cherry Street, when they're, so I'll put them at the very end so that they can get out.
Do you know about how much that's gonna be?
$17.50.
Nothing's gonna be the other side of the tracks this year?
No, the tracks on down.
I love that idea.
I don't like the kids crossing that tracks. I just think that's a.
The Chamber of Commerce doesn't agree with it, and I understand that they want the businesses down there to be visited.
I know the
but
Dairy Queen was very upset
I-
the last time.
Well, honestly, I wouldn't even, to spread it out that far unless we put the antique tractors and if we can get the military vehicles and that down on that side, but, yeah, and I don't want to cut any businesses out, but I also think we got to look at safety and crossing that track, little kids running back and forth, I just think that makes me nervous, but if council says it's got to go on the other side of the tracks, then that's what we do.
I just hate cutting out of business, I mean, especially the Dairy Queen, I mean, they're busy during the.
People still go to get ice cream.
I think so too.
It won't be as much, I don't think.
And maybe if, we could offer them a free spot if they wanted to, like, hand out little coupons or something that would encourage people to get down there, I mean, is that something that would be?
Same for McAnally's?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because Michelle, is it Mossberger? I don't know what her last name is. Mossberger. I know it's Michelle Mossberger. But anyhow, she reached out to me. She wanted 2 spots in front of her business, and she was going to do some things. Well, when she found out she was going to do breakfast, and I said, well, that's fine. I said, the Boy Scouts is going to do breakfast as well, and she's like, yeah, I'm not competing with the Boy Scouts. She wasn't going to infringe on that. And I said, well, I didn't mean to discourage you or anything like that. She says, no, we'll still do it. But what she's doing, I gave her spot too, because she's doing the face painting. And she's like, no, I'll pay for it. And I said, listen, you are doing us a huge favor by doing that. So please let me supply your spot. So she's going to have 2 spots there. So absolutely, anybody in town, that wants to participate as far as the businesses, we absolutely need to include them. So, I can reach out to the Dairy Queen and just, offer that to them, to say, hey, if you want to set up, a tent, you can have a spot, just to encourage people to come down there. Or maybe they have little treats or something, I know it can't be ice cream, but, something that they could do to promote it. Do you think that would be good?
I don't know. I think the traffic just in front of it draws people in there,
Right.
And
Okay.
I mean, if you're doing that, you're enticing little kids to cross the tracks anyway, so it's kind of like.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, how many years did it go on and we didn't.
I know, but.
I know.
We didn't have a rail
No one's
yard out
been
there
hit
either.
in 40 years.
Right.
No one's been hitting for.
But there's been a few instances where, years ago now, when the crowd were huge, but
Where it was close.
lately, as long as you have an officer stationed there,
Well,
or
that's what,
somebody to.
that's what I suggested, but you didn't think that was necessary.
It's a way to cover your,
Pardon me?
it's a way to cover your butt.
Right,
You know.
right. And that would be one thing that I would like to see. If we're gonna do across the tracks, we barricade it off, and we have one area where they cross. And, if we could have somebody there, but that's 2 more volunteers. And actually, it's more than that, because it's a 12-hour show. So, nobody's gonna wanna sign up to do all these volunteers. Is one that's gonna take the volunteers. So, I guess we could just designate it if that's what council wants to do. Where's everybody at on that? What are you guys thinking? On this, just stop it at the tracks or include the other side?
The one issue that I have is the trains are getting faster and more frequent than years ago. And there's gonna be a point in time where we're gonna have to cut it off at the tracks.
Yeah, but don't
I don't wanna leave anybody out.
Right, but I believe, don't we, during the festivals, we let CSX know that we're having a festival, and they do?
Yes,
They
and they
automatically.
slow their.
And they
traffic.
have slowed the trains down. They do not have to. They are not required to.
Correct.
That's where,
Right.
you
We
they're
know.
running late, they'll blow through at 50. So eventually, I think I'm not sure it's an issue right now.
Right.
I'm kind of for the future, I do like having it on this side of the track. Having 5 kids myself, there's 2 adults with 5 kids. It's hard to control 5 kids when you come to the railroad tracks and they're excited.
I get it.
And they want to shoot.
I ran that festival when I was a kid. I ran up and down those tracks.
Oh, I know.
You know.
And those tracks weren't as busy when you were a kid.
There was more of them.
How many things did we do as a kid that we could have gotten killed?
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We go over that all the time.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, how did I survive that? So, yeah, no, and we can wait until Eric and Paul are here to
You
get more
could
feedback.
even talk to the Dairy Queen. They might say, no, we're not gonna open up or whatever
Okay.
early or.
All right,
so.
let's table that little discussion on that until Eric and Paula are here and I reach out to the Dairy Queen, because I don't wanna exclude anyone. But I also want to keep it safe, and I'll be honest, those tracks just, they scare me with little kids, and we'd never forgive ourselves if something happened, so, and if we do, I think, like I said, we need to barricade it off at the, main section and just have one place where they, rather than leave it open for people just to, you know what I'm saying? There would be a crosswalk type thing. Would everybody agree to that if we barricade the front of the tracks off and just have one area of crossing for pedestrians? It'd be at the sidewalk, so.
Right.
I think that helps. But we'll decide that at a later date then, because that can be, and then if we do, what will be on that side, and so if we can, the military vehicles are up in the air at this point. Casey's have expressed interest on antique tractors coming, so those would be what's on that side, and that's all we put over there then, because everything, the food has to go down here. That's where the electric is, and well, I think the kids zone, so that she can get out, it would be best to have it down like Cherry Street. So unless we run out of room, but so. I went to the Legion and I offered them the spot for a beer tent. They haven't officially declined, but they were pretty much not interested in that because of volunteers, getting volunteers to run it. What they did ask me, because I went to them for a donation for fireworks, what they did ask me is, where are you having the fireworks? And I said, well, I'm hoping to have it in the park, but I said it was thrown out in a meeting to check with the school. Well, the principal was there, and they're really not interested in having it at the school, so it's going to be at the park, and the difference was going to be, I believe, how much they were going to donate to us on where they had it, because if it's at the park, they're going to have a party down there. As far as at 9 o'clock, they're going to have their party.
Yeah, that's
So-
how they put up a beer tent themselves.
Yeah.
They've done it before.
Right, so that's what the plan is, and it's going to be in the park. School didn't want to have it there. So that's that, and so we will be getting a donation, I believe, from the Legion. What that is, I don't know. Talked to Hunker, and if they don't do the beer tent, he's checking with the fire department Thursday night to see if you guys are interested in doing the beer tent. And if he does, we're going to put it right there at the Broad and Main. It'll be set up right there. If the credit union is not wanting us to use their parking lot, then we'll set the band up right straight across from them. We can have that. We want to leave Main Street open because Hunter has also agreed to lead the parade with fire truck. I've got to talk to Phil and see if he'll participate with an ambulance. And I'll talk to the police chief then when he takes his position and see if he'll put a cruiser in there. We'll have them in there first. Again, the parade is, I also asked the Legion, I offered that, any veterans, the veterans would be next, and so to have them in there. And then we'll see if we can get people interested in a float contest and a pet parade contest. So we'll have that, and then probably I'll reach out to the twirlers from the school, and then the band. I've already reached out. Well, I haven't got confirmation on the band. Ben was sent a letter home to the parents to see if they were available that day. So that's the plans for the parade. If anybody's got any other ideas, please. Let's see, what else is there? We've got the Okay, so far, I've got 14 crafters. Some of these are double spaces, they're 10 by 10 spaces. Some of them have requested double spaces. There's like 3 that want double spaces, so right now we've got 14 signed up. I think the farmer's market is gonna be a bust because 2 problems. One, we had to go to June before the veggies actually come on. And the other problem is it's a Saturday and most of the farmer's market people are committed to other farmer markets on those days. So I've had a couple people with baked goods want the 8 to 12 spot, which I'm letting vendors know that if you sign up for the 9 to 9, there's no early tear down, because that'll destroy a festival if you start tearing down, in the middle of it. So there's no early tear down. But the ones so far that have done the 8 to 12, and I think there's only 2, I would put them at the very end, close to the parking lot across from Whistle Stop, so that they can tear down, exit out the back, and not disrupt the rest of the festival. I may take that off of there as far as the farmer market, because I'm just not getting any response on that. And I got to thinking about that, they're all committed. So that may not work, but I can still keep it up there for a while and see. You're doing the bands. Eric is supposed to be doing the fundraising as far as reaching out to entities for donations, but there's been a hiccup on that. Pam had said that we could use her 501c3. Well, we cannot. She called me last night and said the board or whoever said no, we can't do that. So they're out. I happened to mention that to Hunker, and he said you can use ours. So he's checking.
So I'd really like to see us work with the festival committee.
And that's fine.
They've got the 501c3.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
Yep.
So I don't care. I was like, ooh, darn, that's going to hurt us because some people need that 501c3 in order to donate. They want that receipt, and I understand that. So I did let Eric know that, so that if he has contacted anyone or anything, I sent him a text, and Hunker was going to let me know and stuff like that. So just that's all possibility there. Trying to think what else. Yep.
I need a budget.
Okay, let me see what I've already got committed.
Yep.
But I think you had said 6,000, and I think that was about where it was at.
About 6?
Uh-huh.
All right.
But I'll double check on that tonight.
Okay.
And I'll text you with, what I've got here.
Okay.
Because the thing is, and here's where it's really difficult, because the thing is, we've got money coming in. So what I can do is how many vendors I've got. Again, please understand, no contracts have been signed. So these are verbal acceptance and verbal, commitment.
Right.
But I can add up as far as how many, because there's more food vendors than I originally thought. So I'll figure that all out tonight and tell you where I'm at, and just so we don't go over that 30. So.
Right. Okay.
But hopefully, we'll be able to get some donations, and that'll, bring that down, and we might have to spend that much.
Right.
So, okay. Now, did you say you knew where the bleachers came from? Did this come?
Hall. No, where the
Okay.
bleachers come from.
I thought, Hunker thought they came from the baseball field.
I
Is that
think so,
correct?
yes.
But is the baseball still going on? Would they be having, and would I reach out to Dennis about that? Does he do the scheduling?
Dennis is not baseball anymore.
Oh, he isn't? He's done now?
I think it's pretty much done in June.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt Duvall's doing it,
Yeah.
but I think right at the end of June is, like, they're done. 'Cause
Oh, okay.
There's no baseball usually in July, except for at the high school field.
Oh, okay.
It used to be high school,
Okay,
so.
so we just need to check with them to see if we can get that. And who is it again?
Matt Duvall, who does the league, is that what you're talking
Matt
about?
Duvall? Would you
Duvall.
be-
Duvall.
Well, so you know who he is?
I'll send you his contact info.
Oh, okay. Oh, me?
Who, me?
Or someone else, who else wants it?
I can contact Matt, I'll contact.
Okay,
Alright.
you'll do that? Thank you. All right, so, What? I'm trying to think what else. So we've got the crafts, we've got the food, we've got the kids center, we've got the parade, farmer's market, bands, and, oh, the porta potties. I've got to reach out to them again. I mean, I reached out to them, and they were going to do like $100 now for each one. He wasn't going to do delivery or pickup fee, and I talked to Hunker. He said they normally put like 3 out here on the side, and then like 1 down at this end, or 2 down at this end and 1 down at that end. Is that what we want to do, or do we want to put them all in one spot? I'm thinking all in one spot would be easier, but the other thing is if they, I have to find out, because I think they were going to set them like on Thursday and then pick them up Monday. So if they were going to do that, the ones, I mean, I could put it in the, right in the corner of, 2 of them in the, well, no, 1 of them. 1 of them down in the corner of the parking lot down there, village parking lot down there. But if I put 2 down here, where would I put them?
I was thinking that vacant stone lot on the other side of the
Yeah, but
street.
I have to
You
get
want them
permission.
close to the beer tent.
Well,
Yeah.
that's where, if they're doing the beer tents, there's 3 of them there. We could put 5 of them there and then just 1 down there, but I think 1 down, I don't know in this area, because he did say it's best if you put them up against the building. I mean, not that we're gonna have rowdy people, but he's like to put them over or whatever.
It could be windy.
Right. So I don't know, you
So
know.
where are you putting the beer tent at?
Well, Hunter wanted to put it right there on Broadway at 4 corners, basically. So the front of it would be right there at
Oh,
Main.
okay.
The front would
Because
be
you want
right.
it close to the band. I do know.
Right, and if the band will either be in the parking lot over here or straight across from it on the other side of Broadway. We just want to keep the Main Street open for the parade. But, like I said, well, then I wonder if should we put 2 of them over on that side, or just keep them all together? I mean,
Realistically, it's not long enough, you could put them all together.
okay. Now, my
I
other
mean-
question is how many do we want? I was thinking 6, but, and do we want a handicap one? That's a little bit more money, so, and it's wider and takes up more space.
I think the fall festival had 3, do you remember? Over
What's
there,
that?
right along the building,
Yeah.
and that was adequate for that.
Was that,
I think they had 3.
was that a good number, do you think?
It was adequate.
Okay.
There wasn't really ever a line.
Okay, the other thing is with advertising in other areas and being fireworks and stuff, there could be a draw, you know, from Bowling Green and Finley and other areas. So I don't know how many people, I was out of town, so I don't know how many people attended last fall. Was it packed, or was it, any idea? Because I said to him, you know, he goes, well, how many do you think are attending? And I'm like, I said, I don't know, it could be 1,000, it could be 1,500, it could be 500, I don't know. And he said, well, 1,000, he would recommend 6 to 8. Well, I was keeping it on the low end to go 6.
I'd go 6.
So, you think 6? Okay.
5 and a handicap.
5 and a handicap, that's what we'll do. Okay. I'll reach out to him and get those reserved and scheduled.
Did you want to advertise in the Sentinel or the Courier by any chance, the festival?
Does anybody even read those things anymore? I think that'd be a
I
waste
do
of
all
time.
that line.
I'm gonna be blasting this out on Facebook. All the community ones, like Finley and stuff, I mean, they're community, like I did, that's where I got all the
think you're better
crafters.
off.
I put it on the
Just
Finley
wait.
in North Baltimore, and they just started flooding it, so.
Facebook and TikTok.
Do I want to reach out to ABC News just to make sure they know that this is happening, so they would come down and just do a fluff piece?
You know what would be fun is, and I don't know what it would cost us, to have, like, one of the radio stations from Finley here. They would come down and on-site broadcast, but I mean, there is a fee for that. I'd have to reach out. I worked with them when I had my businesses in Finley. But I could see what something like that costs if you want me to check on that.
Last time mobile remote cost me, and this was probably 15 years ago, it cost me $1,000.
Oh, was it that much?
Mhm.
See, mine was an advertising package, so I don't really know on its own how much it was.
Right.
I could reach out to one of the radio stations and see, just to see for fun. But because I thought about that earlier, I thought, man, it'd be nice to be able to have, they're just here for a couple hours and they do shout outs on the radio, which might bring people in.
Right.
So.
I don't think it hurts for the newspaper idea, like they're gonna write an article, because there's no cost. It's not like we're paying, for an
Josh, do you do
advertisement.
press releases at all?
Not really, but I can.
I mean,
I've done it before.
you could send it to all 4 of the news stations in Toledo and the Blade. It's just an email. If you get nothing, you get nothing.
Right?
Yeah, I'll get a press release, have it approved by you.
NB Express is really good.
We're counting on you.
All you gotta do is email it to me, because it's hard chasing it down on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, no, I will. I've got to get the forms ready, because what we're doing, like I said, the
Yeah.
pet parade, and we're hoping to get, like, either little lawnmowers with floats, or the golf carts. There's a lot of golf carts in town, so I'm hoping they'll, decorate those up patriotic and enter. So, yeah, I'll have all that information to you, just,
And a beautiful flyer and all that stuff.
well.
Hey, flyer.
It's
not
colorful.
beautiful.
It's colorful.
I guess this is the one that.
You be the judge.
Like that.
And, yeah, right.
Well,
I think
that's
that's
pretty
good.
fancy.
And I mean, this is the one I wanted, everybody chose this one, so. Now, what I gotta do is try and get it at North Baldwin, Ohio. It's not real, it's up here.
Oh,
But I was
yeah.
gonna try to get it here, but those were the two. So-
And our water tower says
I
Economy
know,
Trust.
I know. Good sounds what?
It says Economy Trust.
Oh, well.
Anyway, yeah, because I would post that, and I'd probably give you, a spot in the left column where I have those little ads running
Okay,
for free, and
Okay.
whatever you send me, I'll post it. But we want to get a save the date out there.
okay, I will absolutely get that to you.
I'll post on Facebook probably March, April, May, and then have a couple posts in June, so you should be on that way.
Right,
Back to add my 2 cents on
Yep.
the businesses across the railroad tracks. I know this is like a long shot, but you could offer them the chance to take their show on the road and offer them like Mac and Alley's if they want to bring pizzas down, and you give them a spot to set up. At least at least if you don't want it across the tracks,
Right.
you give them an opportunity
Right.
to be involved. Next-
slice.
there you go.
Pizza,
Next
ice
thing.
cream does it though.
Right.
Well, they
Ice cream's very
they
good.
could soft serve it into little
They
cups.
could, because I did that with the frozen yogurt. I went and set up at the university in Findlay, and I had my little sample cups and gave those out for free, and then, a coupon, and then it worked wonderful.
So, next
Yes,
ice
sir.
cream.
For vendors, for those who are maybe giving away free food or selling by the slice, would we have them required additionally insured on insurance?
Oh, yeah, anybody that's serving food has to have.
Food and drink.
The only drinks are the approved drinks as far as Kona coffee, because we're doing the pop and water. So Kona coffee and lemonade, and especially, and smoothies, Kona Ice also has.
And door cups if that all goes.
And door cups. And Hunker will get with you if he's gonna do that, to get the door cups. So, but he doesn't know yet until Thursday, he talks to everyone, but yeah, he'll get with you on the door cups, because he wants to use the Dora if,
If we do that, well, the village will be paying for door cups in that sense, okay?
and the insurance and all that, so you gotta check on that. to
Yeah.
see if that's probably gonna up our insurance a little bit, so.
Providing it, well, look at Ladders providing it, but.
Well, he said that
That's
the
the
village
village.
handles the fire department's insurance, is what he told me. I'll let you guys work that out.
That's a little tricky.
So,
Be better if the Eagles did it, or the Legion, but.
I don't think the Legion's interested.
I'm just
They
saying.
just don't have the manpower, so.
Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Oh, one other thing, we'll need Patterson sanitation, and I don't know where those normally sit. I guess I could have asked Hunter, he probably would have known, but do you by chance know?
Where they put them?
Yeah,
Usually they deliver a dumpster full of the carts
oh,
back behind the theater. And it's usually,
behind the theater.
that's where they
So
put
they,
them.
so when I call them, what am I asking for just one dumpster? And what size, a 20
You're
yard?
gonna- Art will know. I
Yeah,
mean,
just ask them for the usual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them what you're doing, and they'll say, yeah, we'll put the big dumpster back there and bring you 12 bins or
Okay.
something.
Yeah. probably.
They'll space them out for us. I mean, they're really great.
Okay, and like I said, the, Ben said that the Boy Scouts will help us with,
Trash pickup.
or Sean, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's different. Sean said the Boy Scouts would help us with the, taking care of trash throughout the day, and at the end of the evening, help us clean up and stuff, so, can anybody think of anything else that I had?
So is this Cub Scouts, or they're the ones who like to do the bingo, I do know that.
Okay, the bingo was mentioned, I don't even know who mentioned that to me. Oh,
I know
Hunter
they
did.
were
Hunter
really
did.
bummed last year
Okay,
when they
so-
didn't have it, because that's like a big moneymaker for them,
Mhm.
so.
Well, that's why Hunter mentioned that to me, but is
It's
it,
a Cub Scouts, Eric Trout.
but is Sean the one that
No.
handles the Cub Scouts too?
No,
or
that's
is it-
Eric
No,
Eric Trout.
Okay, just a minute.
I mean, if the fire department's gonna be available, I know he'll do it. I mean,
Yeah,
I
Hunter
can
already said-
contact him if you want.
Yeah, you will contact him?
Yeah.
Yes, please do. Hunter said we can put those tables in there. The Boy Scouts are supplying the tables and chairs. And now it's for food too, for people that are eating. Now, I'm sure they don't do bingo all day long, right?
Well, pretty much
Pretty
they
much.
do, but
Oh.
there's plenty of room for people to sit
Okay,
down.
okay, so, yes, please check with that. I was confused. I thought it was Sean that took care of
Well, it's
all of that.
Cub
Okay.
Scouts.
Gotcha. So you're gonna take care of that. Is there anything else? Anybody know about the, let's see, because I asked Hunter about this, he might be, the beanbag toss, what's it called? The,
Cornhole.
Cornhole.
Was that, I think that was maybe the Sports Boosters did it during the Fall Festival, maybe
Yeah.
they'd be.
I thought, Hunter said he knew who did that.
Well, it might have been Reineke, actually. It was either,
They
I know
partnered
Jeff Long was,
together. I think they partnered together.
yeah. I know Jeff Long was involved in it, so it could be Reineke or the Sports Boosters.
Okay. Well, if we want to reach out to them and see if we can find, whoever, I'm sorry, I don't know, these contacts, but if you get me contacts, I'll be happy to reach out to them. Just offer, to see if they want to do it,
That's why I want to get us involved with the festival committee, just for all the.
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Well, we'll
we've
work
got,
on that.
we've got to keep moving forward, and I'm perfectly fine with that. If they want to contribute, information or help in any way, and we will help them as well, because, all we gotta do is ask. Anything else that anybody can think of? Is everyone okay with what has been said here so far? Are you guys all okay with that? And I can go ahead and get the contracts to Josh?
Another thing, did you want to maybe look into the 5K, cross-country, or somebody might want to.
I reached out to, the one that does the cardio drumming, her name just escaped me.
Yeah.
Nikki.
Lori?
Yes, I reached out, she can't go. I reached out, because I knew she did that the last time when we had the chamber festival, so if there's somebody else. that
Well, I was
wants-
just thinking maybe like cross-country,
What about the school coaches?
yeah.
Ralph?
Oh, maybe,
Yeah.
and I can, when Paul and I get together, I can ask her if she wants to, check that out, because, let me see.
Wouldn't hurt to ask.
Okay. Any other ideas?
I think you mentioned before, I'm not sure it was just regarding the fireworks, but it rained a lot. What do we?
Yes, we need, you're right, thank you. We need a rain date. Right now, he is booked for the 3rd and 4th, so that wouldn't do. Do we want to do like the 11th or the 10th? The 10th is a Friday night, the 11th is a Saturday. Now, if he books on that day, we'd have to switch it, but right now, he's open that weekend for the rain date for the fireworks.
Or do you just move it a day?
Well, that's
Just
what I said.
Sunday
I said we
night.
just do it Sunday night, but then
I just
That
kinda
didn't-
saw
I don't know, that
I
didn't
would
seem
say
to.
just do it Sunday night.
Month for him
Yeah.
didn't seem to go over well, so I was like, okay, so yeah, whatever rain date we wanna do, but, what do you guys wanna do, Sunday, the following, the next day, or you wanna do it on a Friday, Saturday night? The only thing about a next day is people work and, you know, they're not over till 11 or so. I don't know if that makes a big deal, but, or if we do it on.
Teachers might not like you.
Huh?
Teachers might not like you on a Monday.
Well, that's true.
I know there's no school.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, there's no school.
Oh, okay, so, do
Yeah,
you wanna
that
do
would-
Sunday, or do you wanna do it on Friday or Saturday night?
Just slap me.
Why weren't they?
I don't know, I mentioned, well, we'll just do it the next night, and they said, I don't know, they just both kinda looked at me like I had 4 eyeballs, and I'm like, or not, you know, so I was like, okay, we can, and then he says, well, cause I said, well, aren't you booked most of July? And he says, I got the 10th and 11th open, so he books it, and we can do it the next, and the thing is it could be that if it rains on Saturday, it may rain on Sunday, and we might be,
And also,
but it could do it on the 11th too,
with the
so.
Legion, if they wanna put in a beer
Right.
tent, they might wanna
Right,
put the beer tent out there.
would they do it on a Sunday night?
Oh, no, I'm saying, like, if you moved it to the 10th or 11th,
Right.
whatever. so-
They would probably,
Yes.
right. So do we wanna do it on a Friday night, like 10th?
I'd say that'd probably be best.
Yep.
Okay, July 10th, if you'll let him know that, please, when you do the contract. So I will get,
Back update.
Back up.
what'd you say?
He was looking
You're doing the contract.
Okay. July 10th.
July 10th. Anything else that, anybody can think of that we're not thinking of, or haven't presented, or any changes that you want made, anything like that? Then that's all I've got, and I will be working on getting contracts. Now, on the vendor contracts, this is a question for you, Josh. On the vendor contracts, if I just get them, like craft vendors, just their name, and what do you need on that part? Just the money?
I mean, you can probably copy what was on the fall festival form for the most part, and then just,
Yeah, but that doesn't really apply to
Nah.
them, they're not doing food or anything.
right, they can skip over that part. What is it? Yeah. Well, in regards to the $50 deposit, right?
They're not gonna have a $50 deposit,
Just
they're
the
not,
vendors?
yeah, it's the petting zoo and the food vendors, just to make sure that.
We gotta have something that says that they are participating, so you get four
Right, and
minus
so I
the
was,
insurance.
Paul and I were just gonna do a little, application for them to fill out to tell me, are you a craft vendor, are you a food vendor, you know, and submit your $50 deposit if you're a food vendor, submit your $20 if you're getting a space, or $40 if you're getting 2 spaces, that kind of information. It has a little bit more information than what our policy has for the crafters. Is it okay if I just make that up, just so we
Yeah,
have
go
a
ahead.
record? Okay. Then on, street closing. We got to determine, are we, when are we closing streets and making sure that there's no parking? Because I do know that last festival that the chamber had, they had some problems with vehicles in the way. I know they covered the signs of parking to let them know that by police order, you know, it has to be cleared, but.
I would probably defer to Josh Long, his expertise on the situation.
Okay.
I think we had called him up.
I just remember, just keep in mind that on Friday, our businesses downtown are still open. So if we go in and tell and say, hey, you can't park the salon, the Garden Emporium, all those stores, especially the salon down there, there's no place to park out front, then you have elderly people trying to make their way from the parking lot all the way over to the other side of Main Street, to be able to get their hair done. And it's not ideal. I know those girls would prefer if we kept it later in the evening, like
Well-
8 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, because that end of town, the south of Broadway, that could probably even be done the next morning, because that's where the crafters are going. But some of the food vendors want to set up the night before, but that's this side, so, you know, and if we do the beer tent, but that's this side, so, you know, and if we do the beer tent, they're gonna want to set that up probably that night, you know, Friday night. So maybe we do, is there like 2 different sections we do? We do
The
this
problem with
at-
that is you have all the northbound traffic coming into a bottleneck where they can't get out.
I mean, we've had festival, I just think notification's the best. I mean, they weren't notified last year real great, so I
Right.
think just notifying the people.
Right.
Well, I know every year they're notified, and every year they're not happy about it.
Yeah, well, I know.
Because they're just, you know, there's 7, 8 people.
But I'm just wondering if we can do it in stages. You know, like this side, we close off at one time, and then this we do it like after 8.
Right.
You know,
Right.
because I'm not trying to interfere with anybody's businesses or anything like that. So,
Right.
you know, maybe we do that. Broadway would have to be like, I don't know how you do that. Do you do from just this side of the post office down to Main Street? And then, you know, Hunker needs he'll put all his trucks out back there. But
Well,
if he has the beer tent and the.
You
go
could
ahead.
probably just use the boundaries of the DORA, just to make sure that it's easier for people to follow the DORA rules if you just have.
Okay, and how far down do those go on each way on Broadway?
It's going to no, it goes all the way to the alley by the post office.
That'd be fine.
And then on the north side, it goes all the way across the street on Cherry. Cherry? Yeah. Cherry. And then south, coming all the way to McNally's.
Okay. And then this way.
What about west?
West, it goes
Down
to
Broadway.
the Huntington Bank, just past that, yeah, and then,
You didn't control Cherry, by the way.
and then, yes, State Street is not included, it's just all streets.
Cherry's down there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Cherry's the first one down, but
By
past
the
the
school.
library.
West Broadway.
Cherry,
Right on the
Cherry
corner.
Street is
Half the
the
first
Powell School.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one,
The
there's
signs
one
in
by
the
library.
libraries.
That's Maplewood.
That's Walnut.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking Walnut, yeah,
Walnut.
Walnut, north of Walnut, yeah.
If we,
Street
if
roads
we,
mixed
if
up.
we, if we
Come on,
incorporate,
Dave.
if we do not cross the tracks, I'm gonna need it past Walnut. Because that's where if we can get the military trucks and the tractors, that would be where those are going.
If it's past Walnut, it'll be outside the door, just FYI.
Okay.
Check for the sign.
Don't take your alcohol past
You can't move the sign.
Attention leaving the door.
Yeah.
The signs are already up,
Signs
they
are
say
there.
Oh, yes, absolutely. So, okay, we'll get that figured out,
Yeah.
but that's kind of
Will there be an all events permit filled out and submitted to council for March 10th approval?
Yes, I can have that. I had a couple questions. I was looking at that today, and I just because I'm not sure what you want in there, so.
Yeah, it's a little different when the village does it, because usually for
Right.
everyone but the village, every
Right.
other organization.
Yes, I will have that. I'll actually, come up, I'll fill out what I can and what I can't. I'll sit down with her real quick and fill the rest of it out.
Sounds
So,
good?
Anything else?
Do we need to look into whether we can use Sign Up Genius or not for the volunteers?
That, I was leaving for Paula to figure out, because she's the one that said there were some
Issues,
questions.
yeah, 'cause-
Yeah, and that's the other thing, if you can get people in your family or anything to volunteer for like the kids zone for a couple hours, because we need quite a few bodies, since there's 2 at each of these big ones. You know, if they're willing to do a couple hours, and like I said, a teenager with an adult is great, but we definitely need some volunteers for kids zone. So, okay.
Cub Scouts say tentatively yes.
And that's for the bingo?
Bingo.
Awesome, okay.
It's a no.
Take a note, fellas.
You know you get volunteers.
Oh, hey,
I can't if I'm doing this part.
Guys, we need a motion to adjourn.
Oh,
Yes.
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 I'll make the motion to adjourn this meeting.
I'll second it.
Okay, Mr. Richmond?
Yep.
Mr. Engard?
Yes.
Mr. Bozak?
Yes.
Ms. Hefner?
Yep. Thank you, everyone, I greatly